Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Terraria. I'm Demanticore, and this is the first episode after the announcement of the Terraria Journey's End update that will be coming apparently at the end by the end of the year. And it looks like in the videos there's a lot of good treats in there. In particular, this whole golfing mechanic looks awesome. I can imagine there's going to be a lot of different golf courses people are going to set up, being able to hit their little balls into the putting greens and holes. Looks like there's a few more bosses. Nautilus boss. Lots of items. Did I read? Was it 80 more items? 200 more items? 800 more items? I can't remember. Like, there was some figure saying how many more items were going to be added, which is exciting. And a whole new master mode, which sounds too hard for me. I couldn't even handle expert mode, I don't think. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that. That seems really exciting. It sounds like it's possibly one of the last updates for Terraria, which is sad. But I hope that means that they're going to be releasing, like moving on to some sort of hopeful sequel to Terraria afterwards. So in my game, it's been a bit of a while since my last recording, and I've done a lot of work. Some stuff that I kind of wish I had done earlier, in particular, is creating a better teleportation system between all of my people, and I couldn't really start that one too soon until I knew where everybody was living. But I've set up. This is obviously my little under arena base, and at the moment I can get to up here, which is just above the arena. You can see in the map up there, it's just above the arena, so it's just one way of getting up to the sky rail really quickly. This little switch here just gets me up here. I moved the crystal stand up a little bit because I was not exactly teleporting in right. I always had to, it was really hard to reach this lever right here. Going back to my ship, we have a new hub called, which I sort of call Terminus, even though Terminus means really the endpoint. This is more of a thoroughfare. But I now have switches set up for every NPC so far, except for, of course, the Dryad and the Tavern Keep and a few people. And also most of the major locations. So the arena is one. I've got, here's a sky rail, so it's just going straight up to the sky rail. One single teleporter here. What else do I have? I've got a mushroom biome. So down off the ship, down that tunnel, I set up a whole mushroom biome for farming. In particular, truffle worm is really what I was looking for. It's not about mushrooms, because I don't really go through a lot of mushrooms, really. This was about trying to get the truffle worm so I can get Duke Fishron to fight him. So I've got about 6 truffle worms now, and they can be kind of hard to get to spawn, especially if you've got like the dragon out. You don't want your pets to mistakenly kill the truffle worm, and the truffle worm disappears quite like within a second after you get near it. So you've got to be running up to it, swinging your net to get it. So I don't think I'm going to get one to show up now, but I've got a truffle worm here, 666 bait power, which is a big hint that there's something different and special about them. So we're going to be going and dealing with Duke Fishron soon. Let's head back up. So I'll show you some of these portals to the ships. It's taken quite a big wiring system, and it's quite a mess. I tried to start off making it go along nice walls and the connecting chains and bits happening between ships. And it took a bit of like having to plan out on paper who was going to be connected in what groups, because each teleporter can really only have 8, I think, cable wires going into it. But you can set up like a little teleporter array with teleporters all stacked up on top of each other to get up to, I think, 36 different locations from one standing in one position. But I'm not sure how you'd really sort out the switches for that, because it's like you like in this case, I'm using statues to sort of represent each person, and it's pretty difficult actually getting all the wiring in between here, so just to show you there, it's quite a mess. So, but it was kind of fun. That was actually really quite an enjoyable part of the game, really. So one thing I'm going to show you is the new ships I've got. I've got 2 new ships. One is the Steampunkers ship, right here, which looks like quite a mess, really. This is just above, just near the party house, so it's up in the top right sky, as you can see here, near the arms dealer and the hairstylist. So this is, in a sense, a kind of tank that the steampunker has made. She's made, it's like yeah, a cube, like the movie Cube, with it like every room is a cube connected up. The piano in the middle here is obviously like sort of standing in for the control module, and it's got an entire ring of tracks around the outside. Well, I keep calling them escalators, but they're conveyor belts. So that's like the tracks on a tank. So this would be like a great big rolling ball. Could have gone for more of a ball shape, but I really didn't want to be working out the maths of that. Though I did go through a few different ideas, like shape designs. Like, I think I scrapped the idea, like what I'd made twice, and finally settled on a 3x3 cube design. Each room is, I think, 9x9, and I love on the map, like, you can see these sort of circular shapes inside. Looks very clockworky. So this is her layout, and unfortunately, because of the way doors and everything work, I only ever find her up here, really. Like, so she's set to this room. I think it's this room. Maybe I should set it to the piano. But yeah, so I've got a teleporter here and a steampunk boiler here that powers the whole thing. So it is flying by being held up by the cyborg ship. So the cyborg is this one. So in this is his UFO, his or her UFO, Omega. And the cyborg is beaming up the steampunkers ship. So just sort of a bit of a tractor beam assist, a bit of a towing ship, just helping the steampunker's ship fly for the time being. I'm not sure why the steampunker isn't on the ground, really, rather in the air, as that's what her ship is made for. But yeah, they're just traveling together and using these white brick walls to look like the tractor beams holding up the ship. And this has got like the blue dome of the old Martian sort of spaceship appearance. I ummed and ahed about making it look more like a Space Invader ship. I actually looked at the Space Invader icons and thought about. I was very close to making ships exactly in that shape of the Space Invader icon sprites, but I really wanted to go with this blue dome look. Probably the ship could probably be wider to look more in that hat sort of shape. But I like how it's turned out. So yeah, so there's not actually an external door to the Martian ship. I mean, maybe there is somewhere. Like there would be a special sort of button door to get out. I've got for the steampunker each one of these hallways. So there's intersecting hallways, two, and then 2 vertical, 2 horizontal, 2 vertical. They've all got opening doors here. So I could have done the same with the Martian ship, but I think by the time I was finished with it, I was just glad to have the teleporter done, and that was it. I wasn't really going to be trying to float around the outside of the Martian ship. So yeah, so that's the, I think, and besides like Santa and I think some other special NPCs, I'm not sure if there is any other than Santa that I can remember. I think that's it. That's everybody. Everybody has their ship, and that's what led me to be able to finally connect up all the put teleporters for every ship and figure out how they got grouped and doing all the wiring and everything. This one here goes to my workshop, which is great. Really convenient way to get here. Go across one more, and it's my captain's quarters. Go across one more, and it's the graveyard down here. And in the arena, I have that sound gets really annoying. A switch each to go to the nurse. Oh, And I've just brought her, brought her back. I've got to watch out for that. Here, I'll send you back. And there's another switch just above it, which goes to the top of the arena. Not the top, but that little platform above it. Get off! Get off! Get off! Come on! You come with me. So that's just like, you know, for my emergency heals that I want to be able to quickly go over to heal, come back, and not drag over, hopefully, the Moon Lord or whatever boss I'm fighting at the time. So, yeah, let's take her down below at least. Now, so I'm going to go do Duke Fishron. Let's see if I can do this without... I think after night, if I teleport after night, she will automatically go to where she wants to go. Let's just head all the way over to my arena. Falling down into... not used to not having... I'm not used to not having my wings anymore, though I do have Betsy's wings. No, I can't do anything at the moment. But I'm just not... I'm keeping on all my other gear. So let's get fishing. I've got my fishing rod with me. And the truffle worms. So let's see what happens. This is going to be my first ever fight with Duke Fishron. I probably should heal up first. Where are my potions? No. Gosh. So I'm told this is like one of the hardest fights. In the second hardest fight besides the Moon Lord. Let's get that pirate map. I really want that. It's just a way of earning money. 3 bars to fill up. I've set up basically pretty much everywhere around this area. I'm covered by the heart lamp and the star in a bottle, and hopefully the cozy fire. So it does blink on and off occasionally, but that's okay. And obviously I had to mine a bit of the sand away to get for some glass for the cyborg's ship. Alright, let's see how this goes. Apparently you can't fish up anything but Duke Fishron. Don't know how long it takes. Here we go. And apparently if you leave the ocean biome, he becomes much harder to kill. Not doing too bad. Ooh, look at that big water twister thing. Look at that. Wow, that looks so awesome. I hope there's an item for that. Oh gosh, running right into it. Ah, that rainbow looks so awesome. I'm at 75 of 88 achievements. A little electric ball still going. And there's a few achievements I'm looking to get still. Maybe I could just go a bit slower. Oh. Not really sure how well I'm doing here. It's a bit hard to... I haven't put any of my potions on. I'm a silly boy. Good. I'm going through them slowly. It's not too bad. Oh, I wonder if that was a special rare attack. Oh. At least I can see him on the map, where he is. I think I've got him. I'm about to die. Look at all those fishy things. There we go, done. Fish out of water. Duke Fishron has been defeated. Defeat Duke Fishron, mutant terror of the sea. Brilliant. That wasn't so bad. Now I've got to find where all the things are that dropped without dying immediately. That wasn't. Was that it? There we go, Mystic Bubblegum. And that's it. Nothing else? I think Duke Fishron wings are, I think, some of the best wings in the game. So 92 magic damage, that's alright. 63, 78, 57. 4% critical strike chance, very fast speed, very weak knockback. Uses 2 mana, that's good. Rapidly shoots forceful bubbles. Minus 25% mana cost. Let's have a look. Okay, that's got really short range. Obviously very weak knockback, but my gosh, that's like some 7 or 8 bubbles a second or something. That's pretty good, like, short range damage. It's not something I'm going to be able to use against the Moon Lord. Really? Because I don't really want to be this close to the Moon Lord when I'm fighting it. But that's good. I'm going to farm Duke Fishron a bit more, see what else I can get. See if I can get down that time a bit faster. And I'll show you those things when I'm done. But for now, I'm going to go summon the Moon Lord. I will be back in a moment. Okay, so I changed my mind. I wasn't going to go for the Moon Lord. I realised I should just use up the rest of my truffle worms and just farm some more of the Duke Fishron and see what else he's got. And that was a good idea because I got a Razorblade Typhoon, 60 magic damage, 4% critical strike chance, very slow speed, average knockback, uses 14 mana, casts fast moving razor wheels. So that's these guys, and they're actually really good because I think they home in. They curve in towards enemies and then hover at them for a bit, which is great. That's really, I think, a lot of damage. But I think when I was doing Duke Fishron, some of the best technique was slowing down enough for my dragon to be able to do more damage to him. What else did I get? I got a Flareon. So that's just one of these sort of punchy, macy weapons that does little bubbles, which I assume the bubbles hurt. It's a melee damage weapon, 69 melee damage, 4% critical strike chance, very fast speed, average knockback, spews homing bubbles. That's pretty powerful, really. I also got this Fishron mask, which I'm putting on. I can't remember if I had this outfit in the last episode or not. So this is the Betsy mask is what I had, and the entire spooky armor set, which increases max number of minions, increases minion damage, and increases minion damage as a set. So it's a little bit more defense than, I think, the Tiki armor. A lot of the things I read on the wiki was basically that this and the Tiki armor were the best summoner gear until the starter summer armor. And one thing suggests using this to summon your minions and then switch to Tiki armor to get one more minion after that. Which is a lot of micromanaging, really, as far as I'm concerned. So the bubblegum, not bubblegum. I got 2 Flareons, and I died twice, I think. Once I actually killed him, but then I ran into one of his tornadoes on the track and died. That was funny because I was really trying to brake as suddenly as possible, but I hit it and died. So that was all my ammo. So now I will be back when I've got the Moon Lord. Cheers. Alrighty, so I just decided to fast forward through all that so you can see how many times I died and how well I handled those battles. Obviously, the solar one took a lot out of me. That was a lot of deaths there. There was one of them. One of the deaths was by Betsy's Wrath, which is like, I'm gonna have to look up to see whether or not it makes my own skills hurt me. Maybe it does for magic damage or something like that. And one of the last pillar there, the Stardust pillar, which is like the first time it's appeared not next to the desert, appeared at the top of the wood wall, so I might have to try moving that wood wall to see whether or not I can get it inside that little arena. The walls were helpful in stemming some of the damage, stemming some of the enemies coming from the sides, which lowered the damage and made things far more manageable. And with Betsy's Wrath, I could hit the walls still, and the explosions would shoot through anyway, so that was really good. And as you saw, the what's this called? The Typhoon, Razorblade Typhoon, was really great for bouncing back and forth and just zooming in on enemies. So in this fight, I don't really have much of a strategy other than just to ride the rail, see how well that does for me, and dodge the crap out of him while hopefully the Stardust Dragon takes care of it. Fingers crossed it will all work out. Now, supposedly only certain parts of him are actually hurtful. Not only that, but apparently once you take care of all the eyes, there's more to do. Which is terrible, because I can barely get up to that point. Oh, that teleporting sound is terrible. Oh, that eye's about done. I'm not sure how well my Stardust Dragon is doing. I think he's able to get a bit more focused attention on the targets before having to get distracted. Oh, what are all those eyes? Might just... let's see whether or not that actually netted me a better heal than not doing it. And King Slime as well. Just for the extra love. I saw that one of the achievements I can get is if you deal with the 3 mechanical bosses, the twins... Actually, I'm not sure if it's the hard mode ones or the regular mode ones. The twins, Skeleton Prime, and the Destroyer. Oh gosh, why are you over there? I don't really like the idea of having to go over to the nurse to get a full heal. It feels a little like it's cheesing it a bit. Now I've taken out all 3 eyes, so this is obviously the next round, so its heart is the bit that's vulnerable right now, which is good, because that'll mean the Stardust Dragon will be very focused on it. And it's already down to half, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't have to base my strategy on teleporting across to the nurse. It'd really be good to be able to do it without it, but with the potions that I've got at the moment and their recovery time and my armor values, it's kind of all a bit hard. Now he's getting the rock quite down there. Is he about done? Is that it? I think it is. What you doing? Whoa, look at that! Moonlord has been defeated. Champion of Terraria, Slayer of Worlds. Defeat the Moonlord. Brilliant. That's the champion of Terraria, Slayer of Worlds. I think that's defeat every boss in Terraria. That's it. Brilliant. That was a lot easier than I was expecting. I just got the portal gun as well, which I've only read about. I haven't really seen what it does. Obviously, it's a portal gun, just like the game, which is a brilliant game. Moonlord mask, ninja shirt. What's what get rid of? What can I get rid of? What can I get rid of? Ninja shirt. Is that really a big thing? Portal gun. So it goes into surfaces. That's brilliant. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yep. That's right. You right click and left click. That's fantastic. That's really awesome. Apparently you can build up, just like in the game, you can build up a really good velocity from repeated falling. Like that. That is brilliant. Ninja shirt, full defense 50 meters. That must have dropped from something else. That would have to have been dropped by something else rather than the Moonlord. Moonlord mask. Looks like a Cthulhu. And did I get a bunch of the... There is something else there. Oh, slime hook from the bloody Slime King. Background recall potion. Lesser healing potion. Lead ore. Oh, I want to keep the lead ore. Jungle Rose is just a vanity item. Where's the ore? Aren't you supposed to get a bunch of ore? Aren't you supposed to get a bunch of ore? Luminite, there it is, 81. Good. Whew, I was really worried. Really worried. Takes a lot of Luminite to make any of the armor though. Any of the items. Stardust Dragon, Stardust Monolith, Nebula Blaze, Nebula Arcanum. Magic damage conjures masses of astral energy to chase down your foes. Nebula Monolith. Phantasm, Vortex Beta, Vortex Monolith. Daybreak, 150. Render your foes asunder with a spear of light. Solar Eruption, Solar Monolith, Luminite Bar, that's what I needed. What's that? Where am I going to put you? Lunar Hook. You want the moon? Just grapple it and pull it down. 6 of each. I haven't made that yet. Star Vortex Boost allows flight and slow falls. That's wings. Nebula Mantle allows flight and okay. Stardust Wings. Okay, yeah. So it's summons the impending doom. Celestial Sigil. Stardust Pickaxe. 80 melee damage. 4% critical strike chance. Very fast speed. Average knockback. 225% pickaxe power plus 4 range. What have I got? 210%. And it's got axe power. Stardust Ham Axe. So that's 150 axe, 100 hammer. What have I got? 150 and 90. Okay, so up by 10. Stardust Leggings increase your max number of minions, increases minion damage by 22. Even the defense is just brilliant. It doesn't really still compare to the apprentice or the sorcerer armor, whatever it is that you get from the tavern keep. Increase minion damage. Wait, how many have I got? I've got 20. So it'll take a little bit of time to forge all that. From Orion's belt to the palm of your hand. Curious. Well, that's all the bosses, Fishron included, Duke Fishron. I think that's kind of the end of the series. I think I might farm the Moonlord a bit more in my own time, but it might just be all waiting until Season 1.4 comes out, or version 1.4. Terraria Journey's End. There's no more critters to fight now, except for, I suppose, doing the Frost Moon and Pumpkin Moon events and seeing how many more rounds I can get through all that. If you want to see more content, see more challenges done, leave a comment with your suggestions. I'm really interested in hearing about them. I'm not sure when the next version comes out, whether or not I'll start a new world or go for continuing this one. I will probably start a new world, I think, because I read that there's some new world generation changes. I think probably more than just efficiency. And obviously, they'll need to include the new blocks in worlds. I'm very interested in playing a ranger / magic class. So primary weapon, whatever does range damage. Secondary magic damage. So I think that would be an interesting challenge. Always having to deal with consumables, basically. Oh, secondary thrown. So primary range, secondary thrown of whatever type that is. I'm not sure what damage that usually does. So I think that would be really interesting. I'm not sure what sort of world I would do if I would do another good ship lollipop in a different scenario. But yeah, leave your comments. I'm really interested to hear what ships you liked the most, whether or not you even liked the ship concept, the airships and everything. And if you'd like to see more of those ships in some other format or furnishing or anything like that. And whether or not you liked the way I paired up the types of materials with the NPCs. I think that I probably did very cliched matches for all the characters. But yeah, I'm really interested to know what you thought of it all. If there's anything you'd like me to do in this world, in M3, Mantis World M3, or in the next world in Journey's End. But I hope you have found this episode entertaining. I hope you have found this whole series entertaining. I can now mark it as a complete playthrough. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you would like further updates. Thank you very much. Cheers.